once more, and we're gonna. Okay.
Anytime you're ready.
Okay. Is it going?
Yeah, get closer to gentlemen.
We'll just edit all the garbage in front.
All right.
That's why I wash it down. All the big wheels coming in today.
Oh, we got some big wheels coming in today. I'll just explain for the folks back home.
You got to be more together, John Haas.
Barbara Reese is coming in, and this is the big wigs are coming right through this gate here.
He wants everything to be neat.
And this is Mr. Mineo.
George Manio, okay.
Mr. George Mineo, and he's works for Mr. Donald Trump, and Donald Trump owns this building here, which may not be here. It's on the borderline. And Ms. Montgomery, the manager, who works directly for Donald Trump, was really kind to give us some historic brochures of the Ambassador Hotel that I'm going to be taking back to Oregon and giving to the crew. We've got a lot here, and each cast member of the special Coconut Grove that we put on up in Portland will be getting a copy of these fine brochures here, which are really super. And I don't want to bother Mr. Mineo anymore, but you can explain to just a little bit of the history of this place.
Okay. All I can say is the Coconut Grove was redecorated by Mr. Sammy Davis Jr. Famous Coconut Grove, what they say in the world. Back in the 30s, 40s, the 50s, and the 60s and 70s. That's it. And this is the main entrance of the Ambassador Hotel.
This is the main entrance, right?
The only main entrance.
So that canopy over there,
That's the canopy.
point to that, John Haas.
The canopy over here says Coconut Grove on it, and that was the entrance, the Sammy Davis Jr. entrance. And we're going to be going up to Sammy Davis Jr.'s grave right after this and see that. But we really want to thank you, Mr. Mineo,
No problem.
for allowing us to do this, because we're going to be going back to Oregon. And can we just walk a little bit over here?
Yeah, go right in. That's the gate right there. It's open.
Okay, Julie, why don't you follow me over here? We want to see where it says Coconut Grove on the front of the Ambassador.
John,
Yes.
there's only one thing. You should have been more close, but that's okay. You're doing great. Well, let's try not to get me run over here. Walking with this Tricam. The sun is also effective here.
Okay. You can come right over here, Jules. And you might be able to see some of the canopy. This is about as close as we're going to get to the canopy, which is really great. If you look right up there, it says a Coconut Grove up there. You want to get over here so that you're out of the way of the fence. It says Coconut Grove.
Okay.
Get a good close shot of that telephone.
Okay, we're going to walk right up to it. We'll just walk right up to that.
Just use the telephoto. It says Coconut Grove. And this whole canopy, this whole entrance was not here for many years, and if it wasn't for the kind generosity of Sammy Davis Jr., who financed this whole thing and organized it, this whole entrance would not have been possible. But this was possible because of the generosity of Sammy Davis Jr. We're going to go up and see his grave, and we're looking over the whole area here, the coconut trees, the palms, and the parking lot of the Coconut Grove. And you can see there are coconut trees all around, much like the brochure. It really is a lot like the brochure, the flyer that we sent out. The grounds are still well kept, and it's all owned by the Trump Organization. And right now, the Coconut Grove and the Ambassador Hotel is used to make Hollywood movies. There are some movies being filmed right now. These trucks off to your left here are production crew trucks. And we cannot go inside because of insurance reasons. You must carry at least $1 million worth of liability to step foot on the property, and that's about the size of it. Otherwise, we would be able to go into the beautiful Coconut Grove, but it just doesn't look like we're going to be able to do that. Today, there are some bigwigs. Mr. Mineo was saying there were some bigwigs coming in, so he had to hose down the front here because they wanted spotless for the bigwigs. And in the Trump Organization, people that high up and friends of and associates of Donald Trump. So he's hopeful that he can keep this place open as production, movie production, and so forth. But it doesn't look like it. This may be the last time we see the Ambassador Hotel if we don't get down here soon. The County of Los Angeles wants to build a high school here. I hope that they would call it the Ambassador High School after the Ambassador Hotel.
Why don't you walk over that way so people
we're
can
gonna
see
walk
that.
over there.
And see the Brown Derby too. Point that out, what that gentleman was talking about, the Brown Derby used to be.
Here over here we have the Chinese restaurant over here. And if you'll come over here, Jules, and see this. See the brown building over there. That Chinese restaurant is sitting on the original Brown Derby, the original Brown Derby, which was to the stars. You know, the original Brown Derby was in that building right there, right across the street from the Ambassador Hotel. And now we're going to pan around. I'm going to walk around, and Julie's going to follow me. We're going to show you again the main and only entrance. This entrance over here, it says the Ambassador on this awning. This is the only main entrance, and this, I believe, is on 23 acres. He said there was 23 acres. Really doesn't say here.
You're covering up the canopy or whatever. Thank you.
The Ambassador Hotel is on 23 acres of prime.
John, get right here. Go for it. Now talk.
The Ambassador Hotel sits on 23 acres of the most expensive property in Los Angeles, and we're really privileged, and we're real happy to know that before Sammy Davis Jr. went, you know, that he was a big contributor to the Coconut Grove, because I'm sure that he played here many, many times. He loved this place, as many other Hollywood luminaries did. And so later on, we're going to be going up to visit Sammy Davis Jr. grave. We're going to put a rose on his grave in honor of Portland, in honor of the cast and crew of the Coconut Grove. And I'm really happy that we could bring this to you now. And this is really, really swell.
Flash it again, John. I didn't see that.
Okay. Is it going?
Yeah, it's always going. Let me get a close-up here.
Can we get a close-up of these? These brochures, lovely historic brochures of the Ambassador Hotel.
Down, Morph.
Okay. Can we get these lovely historic of the Ambassador Hotel? I'll be giving everybody in the cast and crew one of these. I don't know if you can see it. We can focus in on it. Beautiful. This is a nice hardcover, and it was very nice of the Trump organization. We'd like to thank Ms. Montgomery and also Donald Trump for these lovely brochures. Then we explained to her that we explained to Ms. Montgomery what we did. I explained to her when she was down here that our cast and crew put on a tribute to the Coconut Grove and the Ambassador Hotel in the 40s and 50s, when this place right here was the hottest place on the West Coast. And this is the hottest, one of the hottest, at one time was one of the hottest nightclubs in the world. And it had many, many. And then I'll walk with you. Again, here we are at the Ambassador Hotel, which was purchased this year by Donald Trump Organization and Mr. Trump. And what can I say? This is a beautiful hotel, and it's too bad it's going to be torn down, but I was certainly happy that the cast and crew from Portland could pay tribute to this hotel. This right here, believe it or not, is the Coconut Grove. This is the front. This is the Coconut Grove, and there's the entrance to the Coconut Grove. This Coconut Grove is what was at one time, again, one of the finest nightclubs in the world. The hotel, that's the new part, and the new part was commissioned by Sammy Davis Jr., and whose grave we're going to go see. I'm repeating myself, but that's okay. This is the entrance, the only entrance to the Ambassador Hotel over here.
Can I get a close-up of that?
Ambassador Hotel on it. That's the main entrance to the Ambassador Hotel. And very shortly, this, and you can see in the background the main part. Here we go. there's the guard station. And I'll be, today, I just saw a truck go by Buena Vista Studios, and of course that's owned by Disney. You're going to have to move over, John. That's right. I'll start over.
We can start anywhere, but the thing is, it's going good so far. But why don't you just do something and just take a look at the whole view, and with your hand, guide from this part all the way over here. Why don't you do that with your whole hand? Or start from there and go all the way.
I want you to do a 360.
What? Speak English.
360. I want you to go 360 degrees all the way around. I want to see that building.
Okay.
There, that building.
Okay, so you know where the camera's going, so why don't you narrate it? Just say, whatever. Start from that corner.
Start from over this corner of the palm trees.
Look at let's just say, look at those palm trees, and then I'll go up, and then you
I'll say it's a lovely day in Los Angeles.
Yes, something.
Absolutely sunny day.
Yes. And then we're going to go all the way around, so keep it pertaining to what I'm taking here.
Right.
The canopy,
I
the...
might explain to something what we did today.
No, not with the... No, I just want a continual shot. I don't want any interruption. I want from that to that, all the way around. You just tell me, okay? Ready? Does that make sense? Do I sound like a director? And actually... Now, let me focus it first.
What I'm going to say.
Yeah, but John,
Let me trust my judgment, because I know what I'm doing.
yeah, but I like it all the way around real fast, or else they won't get the concept of doing a spiral. You know what I mean?
Don't do it too fast, it'll balloon.
No, I won't do it too
Just slow,
fast.
nice.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see. Okay, it's not on autofocus, so now it's on autofocus.
You mean the whole time I was taking without focus?
I don't know. Let's see. What you have it on? Well, you're on infinity. You're okay.
Okay. Now, I'll just start from the palm trees. I would like to, but if you stop right here and talk, why can't we just do one thing and come back to you? Let's move this out of the way. Out of the way, out of the way. Thanks. Okay, I'll just start it. I'm going to start with the palm trees and come down and then pan off and go around and do a full thing. And if you want to narrate which each thing is, because you'll see
I'm
where...
not only going to narrate this thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to narrate the fact that there are movie theaters here, the movie studios are producing for Walt Disney are
Yeah.
here today.
Yeah.
I'm going to produce when it was built.
Okay.
And so forth like that.
So you want me to stop at you?
No, I want you to go around, but I don't want you to whip around.
I'm not going to whip around. We got that straight? Okay. Any more arguments? Okay. Okay.
Let's.
Cut. Go.
Well, it's a lovely day here in the heart of Los Angeles. These are the palm trees, the coconut trees, which are outside the Ambassador Hotel on Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles. I'm John Palm. The camera person is Julie Palm, my sister. And we're down here to pay homage to the Ambassador Hotel, which is coming into view this side of the Ambassador Hotel. And off in the front, you'll see parking lot, this is the gate right now, and the main awning to the main entrance of the Ambassador Hotel. This was it. This was the main entrance to the Ambassador Hotel. Over here, as we continue down, you see the side of the Coconut Grove, which was this part right here was Coconut Grove, with all the glass. And you can see there are palm trees on either side of Coconut Grove. And the entranceway, the beautiful entranceway, was designed and paid for by Sammy Davis Jr. He had this designed for him, and if it wasn't for Sammy Davis Jr., the Ambassador Hotel would not have this fine Coconut Grove entrance. And if you look up on the awning, you can just see the last part of Grove. It says Coconut Grove. This was the entrance to the Coconut Grove. And we continue on around. We're going to kind of give you a pan shot of just exactly how the location looks in 360-degree turn. The entrance, the whole place is, of course, fenced in because you need a $1 million liability policy to even set foot on it. Today, several of the films companies are shooting, including Buena Vista Television. Walt Disney is shooting a movie inside the hotel. They have $1 million liability insurance policy. And right over here, we can see this brown building over here is very, very famous. It was the original spot of the Brown Derby, where after they got done with the Coconut Grove, they go over there for pie and coffee. The Brown Derby, of course, had all of the pictures of all the famous stars. That was the original Brown Derby, was right there. And then you look off in the distance, it says Grove on the top, and it says the Ambassador Hotel sign. There's nothing on it right now because they're filming movies in here. Donald Trump is hopeful that he can keep this place going, but it doesn't look like he'll be able to do it. Right now, it looks like the city of Los Angeles is contemplating tearing this beautiful whole hotel down and building a high school. We hope that they name it the Ambassador High School. Maybe they'll call themselves the Ambassador Coconuts or something. That would be really swell. And the parking lot continues on over. You see downtown Los Angeles, the Wilshire District, and here, beautiful hotel, beautiful buildings. As you see, this is on 23 acres of prime property in the city of Los Angeles, and that's why it's so valuable. And I'm sure that Mr. Trump knew that when he bought this place. Coming around now to the main gate. We're parked right over here, and we're taking the 360-degree tour back to the main entrance to the Ambassador Hotel. That's where all the dignitaries, all of the famous people went in, including Bobby Kennedy, who was killed here, and Richard Nixon in 1962 gave his speech to the Republicans, to the newspapermen when he lost his bid for governor of California, and said, "Oh, you won't have Dick Nixon to kick around anymore." He said that right here at this hotel. And this hotel was a host to Charlie Chaplin, the Marx Brothers, all of the famous acts. Janet Gaynor and was here, along with Mary Martin. They were here. And yesterday we did get to see Janet Gaynor's funeral.
Oscars.
And we also yesterday got to see the grave of Tyrone Power and the grave of Rudolph Valentino. As we were walking out the grave site of Rudolph Valentino, we happened to bump into this lady in black, and we found out that it was the famed Lady in Black. Well, it was her mother that wore and she was able to bend our ear for about an hour, and that was an awful lot of fun. But that's a Hollywood tradition and a Hollywood legend.
Also, speaking of Hollywood, 1939 Oscars, the Coconut
Yes,
Grove.
Let's continue on. In 1939, ballroom here, they held the famed 1939 Oscars, where the best picture of the year was Gone with the Wind, and also Judy Garland sang here the best song of the year, which was Over the Rainbow for Wizard of Oz, and that was sung right here. That was a very, very famous year for the Oscars. That was one of the best. Gone with the Wind, of course, has been one of the best pictures of all time, and this is where they held the Oscars, right here. The Embassy Hotel, I don't know if you can see it, you have to kind of come over here. The Embassy Hotel is nearby, the Biltmore Hotel is nearby. There are a lot of very famous hotels that are nearby, but the reason why this hotel just couldn't work out is because it was designed and built in 1921, and it doesn't pass fire code for the city of Los Angeles. They'd have to put in a $40 million sprinkler system, and they'd have to do all kinds of stuff to renovate this thing. And I'm sure that Mr. Trump doesn't want to do that. It costs millions just to keep this thing as it is every year. So with that, this is John Palm, and I'm saying so long to the gang. I'm going to make a couple copies of this for Jimmy back there. I'm sure he'll be interested to know that the Ambassador Hotel is still kicking, but it's almost on its last deathbed here, and this is just a beautiful hotel. The grounds, Mr. Trump still keeps the grounds in excellent, immaculate condition. They were out, I saw the gardener just a minute ago, and he was out raking the grass. And it's a beautiful grounds are still beautiful. Let's take another look at the Coconut Grove, because after all, the Coconut Grove is what we pay tribute to. Again, I'll explain to you that these brochures were given to us by Ms. Montgomery, who is works for Donald Trump. Can we see this here? I don't know if it's possible. Okay. These fine brochures, which I'll be bringing back to Oregon, and she says, "Tell your crew thanks a lot." I told Ms. Montgomery that we had paid tribute to the Coconut Grove and the Ambassador Hotel in a show in Portland, Oregon, and she's really very, very tickled about the whole thing. And here, as you see, this is the Coconut Grove. Here's the awning to the Coconut Grove. We're going to be leaving here shortly and going up to the gravesite of Sammy Davis Jr. It was Mr. Sammy Davis Jr. who recently passed away, along with Jim Henson. It was Sammy Davis Jr. that had this hotel awning built, because he felt that this place needed a nice hotel. It was the best nightclub in the world, world-renowned, Coconut Grove, and pretty soon it will be no longer. Okay, we are looking at the awning to the Coconut Grove that was commissioned by Sammy Davis Jr. In the background, you'll see the palm trees, which were significant to the Coconut Grove. This Coconut Grove here, the entranceway, the grand entranceway to the Coconut Grove, which is owned by Mr. Donald Trump. And I'm sure we're going to focus in right there on the awning, which is kind of patched up, and it hasn't been used in a long time. I wish that I could have come in here before they closed it, but you know, they closed it in the mid-'80s, and they haven't let anybody in here since for insurance purposes. As you know, it takes a tremendous amount of insurance to have a hotel like this open, and it is a tremendous job. This is the entrance to the Coconut Grove, and I'm sure that everybody in the cast and crew wishes they were here to see this. It is quite interesting. This is the Coconut Grove. Many stars, including Mary Pickford, Constance Bennett, Joan Crawford, to name a few. Barbara Stanwyck, Dolores Del Rio was here. Gloria Swanson and Carmen Miranda. They were all here at this Coconut Grove. And when this is torn down, there will be no other place like it with this much history in Hollywood and in the Western Hemisphere. This is really a treasure. And we're going to be having to go pretty soon, because they tell us that there's going to be some big wigs, members of the Trump organization, coming here today, and we don't want to bother them. They've scrubbed the place down. The place is absolutely immaculate. We're going to go out and take one more picture of the billboard out by the front entrance of the Ambassador Hotel just after this. And that'll be coming up shortly.
Forward.
Okay, we're going to leave you now. This is the Coconut Grove. This is the Coconut Grove. My name is Richard Dixon. This is the Coconut Grove. This is John Palm. I want to say thank you to all of the cast and crew of the Coconut Grove, a remembrance, because we are remembering the Coconut Grove today here. That's the Coconut Grove in the background. We're not going to be able to go in because, well, quite frankly, I don't have $1 million liability. But if I did, they asked me at the gate, they says, well, we can't let you in because you don't have $1 million liability. And I should have said, well, I have State Farm. Does that cover it? Oh, it worked in the airport when I got my Hertz rent-a-car, so, but they said, no, I'm sorry. And I showed them my Visa and my American Express, and they said, no, I'm sorry. I wish I had a Trump organization card. That she said if I did work for Buena Vista and Walt Disney, maybe I could come in. But I said, I couldn't lie to her. I said, no, I don't work for Walt Disney. So this is as close as we're going to get. This is it. They said, do not step inside. I stepped right there. You see that? Right there. I stepped inside. I broke the rules. But this is as close as we're going to get. I'm not going to walk in there. I'm not a brave guy.
Do that again.
Shall we do that?
Because I was now give you your chance to give me to focus up, because I was focusing close. And you go, oh, oops, I touched it. Do that whole line. It's going continuously.
Okay, it is. Julie was telling me, we because we didn't have $1 million liability card, they wouldn't take American Express or Visa. They wouldn't take anything from me. They said we're not going to take anything from that guy. They said we could not step inside the Trump organization and the Coconut Grove. But I just want to tell everybody that I'm not going to walk up there. That they'd gun me down, I think for sure, because they've got semi-machine guns back there. But what I am going to do is step across the line. See that? There, we're going to step. Okay, I broke the rules. And but we really do appreciate all of the hospitality that we have received here from Mr. Manillo, the guard, who was so kind to talk to us earlier today, and also to Ms. Montgomery, who works directly for Donald Trump in the Trump organization. She runs this place. She's God when it comes to this place. And we are so very tickled that she gave us these, and I don't know if you can see them. This is, focus in there, Julie, this is the Ambassador Hotel brochure, a hardcover history of this place. And I'm going to give one of these to each and every member of the cast and crew of the Coconut Grove, right there. And this is where I got them. She was so kind to give these to us, and we want to thank Ms. Montgomery, because, you know, without her, today would not have been special. It is very special. It's so special. Tonight, we're going to wrap this up. Tonight, I want each and every one of you to tune into Arsenio Hall. Because we're going to be sitting somewhere in the front row.
You bet.
We got ticket number 23, which is like the front row, and he'll probably ask me to come up and do the hammer or something. I'll tell him I don't know. I can do Richard Dixon, but I can't do the hammer. But that is tonight. Be watching. Arsenio's guest is Alyssa Milano. He's going to have a special musical guest and also a special guest, and we're guessing who that is. Who could that be? If you know, Arsenio was on the front cover of TV Guide today, and so he might have something special. So tune in to Arsenio Hall, and we're going to wrap this up and go out. We're going to film the entrance to this place, and then we're going to go up to the grave of Sammy Davis Jr. And let's just rock around one more time and see this magnificent, the Ambassador Hotel in the background. This place. This is it. Those are the coconut trees. And I'm so glad that we could all be here today before they tear this place down. Because they will tear this place down, let's face it. It's on 23 acres of the finest property in Los Angeles. And there's the bungalows over there. Can you see those in the background, those bungalows? Fantastic. That's what this hotel is made up mostly of, bungalows. Behind this tall hotel, in the background, are many bungalows that the porters would take your baggage down to, and it was very private. That's why there was a lot of weddings, a lot of honeymooners came here from all around the world to stay in the bungalows. It was world famous. But unfortunately, 1921 is a long time ago, and those bungalows are not safe, fire safe for the county of Los Angeles, and they condemned this place, and that's why it costs so much to keep it going, and they won't be able to keep it going. Who knows? Maybe this will be the next Ambassador High School, the Ambassador Coconuts. Boy, I'm going to be rooting for them. This is John Palm, and I'd like to thank each and every one of you in Portland for tuning in. I hope you get to watch this tape. This has really been a pleasure coming to you today, live from the Coconut Grove, a remembrance. We really remember this place. This we'll remember for the rest of our life. We were here filming the Coconut Grove. And now we're gonna cut it off. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm recording now. This is the main entrance to the Ambassador Hotel. I'm going to back up there. You can see this is the main entrance to the Ambassador Hotel. This is it. That is the only sign to the Ambassador Hotel. This is it. We were talking to Joe, the bodyguard, and what he was telling us was that, yes, they do have bodyguards here. He was telling us that much of the Ambassador Hotel was revamped in the 60s. It was built in 1921, but much of it was revamped. You see the famed tower up there. And surprisingly, even though our brochure was not a lot like was like the Pink Lady, and that was the actually our brochure was actually the Pink Lady in Hawaii, Royal Hawaiian Hotel. You can see that the front end of the Ambassador Hotel looks very similar to that drawing. It's remarkable, really. It really is remarkable, the Coconut Grove in the Ambassador Hotel. So we're going to be taking you now out to the main gate, and show you that. And we really are happy that we could have brought you this today. This is John Palm for Portland, Oregon, signing off. And the Not Ready for Primetime Players. No, Showstoppers Inc. That's it. Here we are on Wilshire Boulevard, in the heart of the Wilshire District, and we're panning the Ambassador Hotel. And there's up Wilshire Boulevard. Here's the sign, Royal Ambassador Restaurant, lunches and dinners. And you can see that it's got some Crips and Bloods been up there. Boy, they're everywhere. And but that's okay. Here's some of the bungalows in the front. This old hotel, there it is, the Ambassador Hotel, and the entranceway. Right there is the entranceway to the Coconut Grove. Can you see that? Probably not. That's it, the entrance to the Coconut Grove. And the side entrance to the hotel, which was the main entrance. And we're listening to the Rappers go by. They love that music. And then the famed sign that Sammy Davis Jr. had put up, the Grove. Sammy Davis Jr. took over this hotel in the 60s. It was then falling in disrepair, and he had that sign put up, and he had the whole place renovated. So much of the insides were renovated in the 1960s, but that was kind of a last-ditch effort. And as you know, the Grove is going to be no more. Coconut Grove and the Ambassador Hotel. And now we're looking up across the street from the Coconut Grove where we were, and we're going to focus in on the Brown Derby Plaza, which is where the original Brown Derby restaurant was, right here. You can see that, the Brown Derby Plaza. And right there, they have a Chinese restaurant right there. There's a Chinese restaurant. And that's where the Brown Derby used to sit. That's where all the rich and famous used to come. This part of the Wilshire District. We're going to be going into the Gaylord Apartments. Across the street, we see the Ambassador Flowers, which has probably been here for many years. The Ambassador Flowers. Yeah, and this is all I understand. And, I do appreciate it and understand insurance concerns. And it is very costly. But my name is John Palmer. I'm here with my sister, June. Okay, we're shooting from the top of the parking lot across from the Coconut Grove and the Ambassador Hotel. We're going to be panning over there just to see exactly where it is. So from right here we see here's across the front of the hotel, and these are the bungalows below us. Right over there is Coconut Grove. Now you can just see the roof of the Coconut Grove. Okay, let's get focused on that. There's the Coconut Grove entrance, and that's the Coconut Grove right there, that whole thing. Here's the Coconut Grove, and then we're going to pan back and look at the side of the front of the Ambassador Hotel. And then it's in an H. And then there's the middle section, and then the back side of the Ambassador Hotel. And then all the bungalows in the back are right back there, if you can see them. Renovated bungalows. It's quite a hotel. And it goes all the way back there, all 23 acres, and it's quite a huge place. It's a huge, huge place. Ambassador Hotel. This is about as good a shot as we can get. We tried desperately to get on the tops of all of the neighboring buildings, but they said no dice. You cannot do this. You can't touch this, said MC Hammer, and he was right. You cannot touch this, but that's okay. Now we're looking downtown Los Angeles, and you can see off in the distance downtown Los Angeles and the smog. Can you tell? There's a lot of smog these people have to breathe every day. Aren't you glad you live in PDX, Portland? City of Roses, city of clean air, city of clean water. They wish they had it down here. Of course, all the water in Portland would just not quite quench their thirst. So we're not going to give them any for sure. City of Los Angeles, and that's sort of the relationship to the city of Los Angeles and the Coconut Grove. There's the Windsor Hotel apartments across there. Very posh place indeed. The entrance has a guard, and zoom in on the Windsor. There it is. People going in the entrance to the Windsor Hotel, which is right across the Windsor Hotel apartments right there. Very, very neo-classical. I don't know what that means, but it's really a classic hotel. And built in 1921, the Ambassador Hotel. Here we are, taking one last arrivederci to this sayonara, to this beautiful hotel, which is now owned by the Trump Organization out of New York. And they just wouldn't let us get on this place because of insurance reasons.
There's your P over there for Palm Productions.
There's the P for Palm Productions, I was told by Julie, my camera staff. There it is, the P on top of the building, whatever that is. The Palm Building, I think. Yeah, we could get up on top of that rooftop garden penthouse right there. Well, we'd have a good view. I'm afraid that's too much to ask. Everybody has been so kind. We'd like to thank Joe and George, the gatekeeper, Joe, the security guard and bodyguard for Mr. Trump, and also Ms. Montgomery, Ms. Faye Montgomery, who was just so kind to, and she was really kind. She said, oh, when I told her that we had made a salute production commemorating the Ambassador Hotel and the Coconut Grove, she was very, very tickled to hear about that. And what I plan on doing when I get back to Portland is to get a nice thank you note signed by the crew and cast, and also a picture of the cast and crew on an 8x10. And we'll just send that along to her, live at the Coconut Grove, along with, I don't know if I should send by a picture of the Coconut Grove, because they'll recognize right away that that is really the Royal Hawaiian. One last look, shall we, at the roof of the Coconut Grove. That is as close as we are going to get from this angle. There's the entrance. There's the entrance. And that was the Coconut Grove, renovated when Sammy Davis ran things, when he owned the Coconut Grove, when he was in charge. Sammy Davis Jr., who passed away this year. And we're going to be going right up now to Sammy Davis Jr.'s grave, which will sort of tie everything together. And after that, we plan to go to the Disney Studios in Burbank. So this is John Palm coming to you from the Coconut Grove in Los Angeles and the Ambassador Hotel, one of the finest hotels in America. And this will be the last pictures you see of the famed Ambassador Hotel. May she rest in peace, and we hope that the people that go to Ambassador High School will somehow take with, or always have with them, the memory of this fine, fine hotel, because, and the bungalows. Let's look down. We're going to show you the sides of the bungalows here. The bungalows in the back over there, we're going to sort of zoom in so we can show you what they look like on the side. They sort of look like houses, and that's what they were, kind of, apartments. Here we go. This is some of the older parts of the hotel along the side. Older sections of the hotel, right over to there. Can we see that? Chimneys on the top, very ornate. Red brick roof, ivy growing everywhere. And right across there is the Gaylord Hotel apartments. A lot of these hotels in this neighborhood are apartment buildings. And a lot of these buildings, like the Sumitomo and the Mitsubishi and all the rest of these, well, we know who owns those. It ain't the British, folks. But we know that Donald Trump owns the Ambassador. Good for Donald. And we hope that he can keep it open and keep it as a movie studio for filming interiors or whatever. This may prolong this old grand lady of the Wilshire district. But then again, if I was a betting man, I'd probably say that this is it for the old Ambassador Hotel. This is the last pictures we're going to see, and it is a great, great place, one of the great places, one of the truly outstanding places of Americana. The preservation, this couldn't quite raise enough money because, after all, this was on 23 acres of the best property in downtown Los Angeles, or just outside Los Angeles, and there's just no way that they could keep this going. So for Portland, Oregon, for Showstoppers Inc., and for the Jasmine Tree Dinner Theater production of Live, the Coconut Grove, a remembrance. This is John Palm remembering the Coconut Grove and the Ambassador Hotel once again. Here we are at the Court of Freedom. Court of Freedom at Forest Lawn. And we will not be able to go inside because Sammy Davis Jr. has a private lot that only allows visitors who are members escorted up here. But this is it. This is it. Court of Freedom at the top of at the top. This is where he is. He's inside these walls somewhere. We are not allowed to go inside because they do not want the public, doctors, and other special people. There's Julie over there. We're going to go up to the steps and look anyway. Mosaic of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Famous painting. Many famous paintings here at Forest Lawn. This is the courtyard, and there it is, the grave of Sammy Davis Jr. Very, very hard to get. Sammy Davis Jr., the world's greatest entertainer, is buried right here, along with Sammy Davis Sr. There's his grave, Sammy Davis Jr., Will Maston, and Sammy Davis Sr., and Sammy Davis's mother are all here at this funeral. And right there is the new grave. Brand new grass. That is the grave of Sammy Davis Jr. Oh, that's Will Maston, excuse me. There's Rita Davis, wife and mother of Sammy Davis. And right there we have Rosa Davis, in loving memory. This right here is the grave. This is the actual grave of Sammy Davis. We better get out of here because you're not supposed to be here. It's right there, unmarked. That's it. Joey's standing in front of the grave of Sammy Davis and paying homage to the world's greatest entertainer. That's it. This is the Davis family plot at fourth floor. His uncle, Will Maston, and his father, Sammy Davis Sr., his mother, Rosa B. Davis, and Sammy Davis are all buried here. Forest lawn. This is a private garden. We're not supposed to be in here, so we're going to leave very shortly before we get kicked out. But we thought we'd bring you up here to see this beautiful grave site. Pay homage to Sammy Davis Jr. And we thank the people of Forest Lawn for being so kind to let us in here.
Hello, John. Here we are at Hollywood and Vine. Guess what I just found? Michael Landon Star. Oh, hey, yeah, Scotty.
Can you see that? That's actually backwards.
Yes.
We're going to go around here
Let's go right on back.
the other way. There we go. Michael Landon Star. Julie's on the Walk of Fame. Julie.
This is my idol right here. Whereas next to him is Shirley Temple. I've got a few directors down there too.
You want to show us where Shirley Temple is?
Yeah.
Where she's buried? Oh, actually, she's not. She's still
Where
alive.
she's buried. Well, this is her shining star right here.
Oh, this is it right here. Gosh, it's right next to Michael Landon. Can you believe that?
Isn't that nice? And over here,
Who do we
we
have?
have William Howard.
William Howard.
Famous director.
Yes, William Howard, the famous director William Howard. And who's this right here?
This is Dorothy. Pronounce that
Dorothy Arzner.
Arzner.
These are people that we just don't know. Louis
I
Hayward.
think we should stop at Michael.
Who's this? Klaus Landberg. Klaus Landberg. And who's this right here? Is this anyone we know? Jack Conway. These are just people we just don't know. Oh, here's someone we know.
Oh, yes. The Lennon sisters. I have a lot of records by them.
Can you read that?
Yes.
It's really hard to read, the Lennon
It
sisters.
is kind of hard to read in this light. The Lennon sisters. And, of course, who could forget Celeste Holmes?
Celeste Holm. Okay,
She
great.
was with Grace Kelly and High Society. It was one of Grace's pictures where she got married or was engaged to Prince Rainier at the time.
Now we're on Vine Street, is that right?
Yes, we are on Vine Street.
And where's Hollywood and Vine from here?
Hollywood and Vine is that way.
That way.
Just about, would you say a block?
Yeah. Shall we go up and look at Hollywood and Vine?
Let's go up and look at Hollywood and Vine and let's get something to drink. I'm thirsty.
Okay.
After watching Arsenio Hall tonight, we did a great show, didn't we, John? We left the store on Vine Street. Tony Bennett. This one, John. We've been listening to Tony Bennett all the way down to beautiful LA, the smallest city, capital of the world. And Tony was company. So, good for Tony Bennett. Well, here we are again. Just last on one of the most sentimental favorites of the families because we happen to meet a celebrity in the early 70s. And they're the big schnoz himself, Jimmy Durante, right here. We greeted the whole family at the Hungry Tiger restaurant in LA. Shook hands with all the brothers, came up to me and rubbed noses with me. That's why this is so good. But anyway, we're really fortunate to have this wonderful, wonderful.
Well, here's Julie. She's on Hollywood Street, and right in back of her is the Pantage. She's doing a marvelous job of narrating here. Pantage. Yeah, we can't hear because it's just too darn noisy. What?
Somebody said how much?
How much? Oh, someone came by and said, how much? Julie better watch it. She's going to get, someone's going to give her some money or something here. But anyway, this is Hollywood Boulevard, and that's Pantages Theater where they held the Oscars for many years in a row. And besides that, this is Hollywood and Vine. You want to point to the sign that says Hollywood and Vine there, Jill? Right over here.
Where is it?
Oh, look for it right there. Does it say Hollywood and Vine over there? Oh,
Hollywood Boulevard.
it says Hollywood, but they didn't. They took the Vine down. Oh, it used to say Hollywood and Vine.
And here
Well,
you can get some
it says
Hollywood
Vine over
wine
here.
shops.
Oh,
It's
here-
good beer and wine.
This is Hollywood and Wine. See? It's Hollywood and Wine. The wine shop. See? At Hollywood and Vine. Do we really care? Well, there it says Vine Street over there. It says Vine. I can barely make it out. Vine. Hollywood and Vine, right over there. See? Hollywood and Vine. Fame, Hollywood, and Vine.
Hello, John Haas. Here we are at Capitol Records.
Oh, let's start over again.
Why?
Because I didn't catch it right away. Okay, ready?
Hi, John. Here we are standing, right behind me is Capitol Records. That's where I buy a lot of my platters. Hopefully 45s will not be extinct. Look at that size of them. I have a lot of trippy old purple Capitol 45s. That came cold. Just look behind me on this wall, you'll see a mural of all the famous artists that have been forever or many stars. Capitol Records. Here we are at 1715. Where are we, John?
Capitol Records on Vine Street.
On Vine Street. Oh my. If you look inside, you'll see all these old records and current records that are on the charts right now. There's some on the Apple label, and as well, they do have some Beatles in there. Look at those flowers. That is really fabulous. We have, if we can see this more clearly. A girlfriend of mine, her boyfriend used to work here in the mid-70s. This is great. And there's the cleanup man. Hi. I'm just thrilled I saw the cleanup man. I mean, he waved back. You know, real friendly people here at Capitol. And it's Natalie Cole's father's doing of this place. And I met Natalie Cole 2 months ago in Portland and gave her roses and welcomed her to the Rose City. She's doing a concert for Z100 up there. And we're just thrilled to have her. Anyway, this is her papa's stomping grounds here at 1750 Vine Street. Okay, Jeff?
What we're looking at right now is the famed Palace Theater. Isn't that right, Julie?
Yes, it is, John.
She has no inkling what the palace was, but during the 60s...
Thanks. Just charm me with your intelligence here.
Well, during the 60s, the Hollywood Palace was a television show by the same name. And celebrities came in right here. And this beautiful place was the Hollywood Palace. You remember that show, Jewel?
No, I don't, John.
Oh, it was famous. I used to watch it every Thursday or Friday or
And what kind
Saturday.
of stars do they have?
Oh, well, I don't know, but they had many stars. They were great. Wonderful. And this is the place that they went to.
This is the place.
This is the Hollywood Palace.
Yes. And you know, right across from the Hollywood Palace, we just got through with Capitol Records. But John, if you could just pan off just a little bit there.
Yeah, I think we can.
Isn't that nice?
That gives you a real
Purple,
shot.
purple trippy Capitol 45 sleeve. That logo right there.
Nat King Cole said he would like a building that would represent a stack of 45 records. And that's how the Capitol Records logo and how their building became a symbol for the company. So here it is, the Capitol Records. And there's Skywatch traffic. And Jay, I'll tell you right now, Skywatch traffic is pretty crowded down in Hollywood, especially these two people with the camera there. I see they're on the street next to Hollywood Palace. And there they go. Hi. Oh, we lost him. Yeah. We lost him.
We did.
Yeah.
Beam me up.
Beam me up, Scotty. Speaking of Beam Me Up, Scotty, we went through an interesting exhibit yesterday at Paramount, didn't we, Jules?
We sure did.
We went through Star Trek, The Next Generation, and we were in the transporter room.
Yes.
But they didn't beam us up. Boy, that was
They were
small,
ready
too.
to beam us up.
And the bridge was exciting. We're going to have to go home and watch that show sometime.
Oh, fabulous.
This is the...
Older than what you said was 60s.
It does. This is an old building, but here's the inside of the Hollywood Palace. The beautiful Hollywood Palace. Much history here in this place. Yes.
Beautiful inside. It's current shows right now. Laura Brennan's in the lobby outside. Oh, so they have Hurricane Friday, July. Wednesday, June 13th, King Sunday 8. Never heard of it. XYZ, King's New Sun. Jungle Brothers, Savage, Cold Sweat. Like you said, Laura Brennan. And Concrete Blonde. Sounds really radical. And Hurricane plus Electric Angels. Sounds really heavy. Heavy metal to me.
Sounds really trippy.
The only one I care about would be Laura Brennan.
Yes. Looking at the top of the Capitol Records building. Beautiful purple on Hollywood and Vine. Hollywood and Vine, yes indeed. Hollywood Boulevard and Vine Street. I don't know if you can see this here, but we are at Hollywood and Vine. And this is the famed Brown Derby restaurant. Brown Derby. And it's closed at Hollywood and Vine. Too bad. And this is a nighttime shot. Julie looking at the Walk of Fame.
Joe Stafford.
Joe Stafford.
Make love to me.
You ought to write her a letter and tell her how much you like her.
Really did like that, Jack. Thank you. There's a lot of great stars, but that's one I really like. And of course, if they had Patsy Cline, I'd be even more. They have a lot of. It's Alice with White. Right up here is Jack Hughes. Star. Pretty tricky. Walker. And of course, the infamous Jack Benny right here. This is for, And I met Ricky Nelson. Here's Ricky Nelson's star. They don't say Ricky Nelson because he didn't want Ricky on that. He just wanted Rick. This is Rick's star here. And I met him. And a year before he died, I met him on stage. My boyfriend Michael did a thing. K-A-R-R. some of his 45s. Big green. Theme from Summer's Place. And of course we have Johnny Max. Of course everybody knows his favorite song cross. They keep playing it too. Never met Johnny, but he's okay.
Great singer.
Great singer. Yeah, and that's about it for this street.
Shall we walk across and get our car?
Yeah, let's walk across and get our car.
Okay. Well, this is our place. It's kind of a mess. We're going to leave it today. There's Julie.
Are you going?
Yeah. Come on out and see the lovely view, sights.
You won't believe this view, John. Sit across the street is the Twin Towers and Century Plaza, and this is once 20th Century Fox lot they had to sell off early on.
The fountains at night, we didn't get to see the fountains at night. Well, we didn't get to video the fountains at night, but there they are at night. They're just gorgeous. And all the buildings of 20th Century Fox. This is the side, this is kind of a pan shot here. This is where all the famous people have stayed. And we'll just sort of pan around. And the light there. There's Julie. Pretty good. Pretty good, Julie.
It's supposed to be in the mid-80s today.
Hard to believe we're here.
It is. You know, I just got through taking a shower and everything. Wake up to the sunshine. This is really pretty. It's a little, you can see a little overcast over there. Or is that the smog?
I think that's the smog. I think you can probably see the smog. There it is. There's the smog. Yeah, we wanted to see the smog because that's kind of a must-see on the old trip to LA. But there they are, the Twin Towers, the Century City and the Boulevard. Jules. And this is where we are on the 12th floor of the Century Plaza Hotel. What can I say? Somebody's going to be watching this and they're going to say, what a boring video. Schubert Theater is in that building right there. There's a Schubert Theater. And now we're going to head off to breakfast, and then we're going to go to Disney, and then we're going to pick up a couple items at Disney, and try to get to the plane on time. We found out yesterday that Los Angeles traffic is the worst traffic in the entire, well, not the entire world, the entire United States maybe, because Tokyo traffic just can't be beat. But that's okay. This is a beautiful, beautiful sight, and we've lucked out this trip. We've really lucked out because we got to see Arsenio Hall show by the skin of our boots. We got to see Sammy Davis Jr.'s grave by the skin of our boots, and all this is coming to you from Los Angeles. This is Johannes Palm. When they erected the Century Plaza Hotel, they wanted to develop one of the most beautiful aesthetic hotels in the world, and this is truly one of the classic hotels. It just is. It's one of the 500 best hotels in the world. It's one of the 100 best hotels in the world, and it's right in the heart of Hollywood, just close to everything, right across the street from ABC Entertainment Center. ABC 4, channel, whatever, channel 7, right there. Channel 7. We're so happy that we would be so close. And we're going to go now to eat and then to Disney. So we'll see. If we might luck out and get in. Who knows? We've been lucky so far this trip. This is John Palm. And Julie Palm, my sister, who's been a great pal.
Great bro. Boy, I've had a blast.
This is a trip. we're going to go back.
Can't get any better than this trip, John. I
No.
don't think anybody could have done exactly the things that we've done. We've done it all.
Yes, we
And
have.
What a trip. It's great. Had a good time. Thanks, John. You're a great tour guide and influence in getting into places that you can't get into. But we'll talk all about that later. We'll make memoir notes. Until then, this is Julie signing off from beautiful downtown Smog, LA, right here, the Century Plaza Hotel. Mwah.